Every portrait drawing is a challenge, and this one is no different. The beauty of the model does not guarantee the beauty of the drawing you make from it. Starting with the eyes, at this moment, they are not really eyes yet. They are simply relationships of position, tilt, distance, and proportion. There is no sparkle, no depth, no expression. Thinking like an artist here means resisting the urge to finish too early. At this early stage, the eyes work as an organizing axis for the face, not as a finished detail. Any attempt to add detail too soon tends to lock the drawing and make it rigid. The drawing is still finding its structure, and everything remains open. This is a freehand portrait drawn from observation. From the very beginning, my goal is to create a drawing that closely resembles the model, even knowing it will never be a perfect copy. Accepting that difference is not a problem. It is part of thinking like an artist. Thinking like an artist is not about focusing only on the final result, but about understanding the process that leads to it. When you look at these first lines, they appear loose, abstract, and very far from the realism that will appear later. But this abstraction is not a mistake. It is structure being built. As the work progresses, the effects remain in negotiation. Nothing is fully decided yet. The drawing still asks for adjustments, corrections, and small changes in direction. In the second stage, I move on to the nose, and the nose does not appear as a defined outline. It emerges as volume, as a relationship between light and shadow, as a central axis that organizes the planes of the face. Thinking like an artist means understanding that the nose does not need to look like a nose at the beginning. It needs to support the overall structure of the face. Forcing definition at this stage usually hardens the portrait and breaks the sense of depth. That is why the tonal transitions are still simple and incomplete, unable to express the richness of nuances that will appear later. This is also part of the process. There is a type of hyper-realistic portrait where the artist aims to reproduce the photograph with extreme, almost millimetric precision. That is a possible path, but it is not the kind of work I am doing here. At the beginning, the mouth is not a mouth. It is a line, a mass, a relationship between light and dark. Thinking like an artist here means accepting that naturalness cannot be built quickly. Only later do I move on to the mouth and the final stages of the drawing. And this may be the most delicate part of all. It is in the final layers, maybe 5, maybe 10, that texture, softness, and expression truly appear. This process is very similar to tuning an instrument. From the very first simple lines, the intention to get it right is already there. The real difference between someone who is just starting to draw and someone with experience is not getting it right sooner, but being able to tolerate this initial imprecision without forcing accuracy too early. If you are looking for better results in your drawings, you may not be lacking talent, but missing steps in your process. Thinking like an artist means understanding that realism does not come from excessive control, but from the conscious accumulation of decisions over time.